In this lesson, we are going to be talking about calculating volume. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about calculating volume and missing measurements. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to calculate a missing measurement through other given measurements in volume given. You'll know you have it when you can evaluate the volume of an object correctly. Vocabulary that you will need to know for this topic is 1. Volume, the amount of space that an object takes up. Unit, a base measurement of 1. Length, how long an object is. Width, how wide an object is. And height, how tall an object stands. So the algorithm for this specific skill is going to be our algorithm for volume. Volume is equal to length times width times height. We calculate volume in order to see the amount of space a 3D object takes up. Any 3D object has volume that can be calculated through this algorithm. Sometimes we are given the volume of an object. However, we have to find the measurements of that object. We can use our algorithm, use the volume given, and we can do inverse operations in order to find a single missing measurement. To do this, I'm going to start with my algorithm. Volume equals length times width times height. I now want to take the information that I am given and I'm going to plug it into where it goes within that algorithm. So down here we can see that I'm given the volume, which is 48 feet cubed. So I'm going to plug in 48 where the V is, put my equal sign, and then I am going to look at my other measurements. I can see the height is 6 feet, and the length is 2 feet, but I need to find the width. So I'm going to look and say, okay, length is 2, still need to find the width, but I know the height is 6 feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve what I can and then do an inverse operation in order to find out that missing factor. So I'm going to look at my numbers. I know I have 2 and 6 and I'm multiplying those. So I'm going to do 2 times 6. I know from my math facts that is 12. So I'm going to write it as 12 times W. And I know that this would still equal 48 because no matter what I multiply on that side, the order I multiply it in, and if it's just multiplication, I'm going to get the same numbers regardless of where it comes in order. So now I have 48 is equal to 12 times W. To do or to find and isolate W, I want to do what is called an inverse operation, meaning that I want to do the opposite of the operation that is currently in the equation. So right now we have multiplication. I know the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide this by 12 and that cancels those out, leaving just W. However, whatever I do to one side of my equation, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to divide 48 by 12 as well. to find my quotient. I know that 48 divided by 12 from my math facts again, that would leave me with 4. So my left side becomes 4, and my right side is just left with W. Because I have no other operations, no other numbers left, I can now come to the conclusion that the width is 4 feet. In order to check my math, I can plug all these numbers back together, multiply them, and see if I get 48. So I'm going to do length, which is 2, times width, which is 4, times height, which is 6. I know 2 times 4 is 8, times 6. 8 times 6 is 48, which matches with the volume that I was given in the beginning. I hope this helps continue on for some extra practice problems on this skill.